Very good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Sanket Charka from Sinhagad Institute's Savitribai Phule Pune University. We have started with the fifth chapter of economics, which specifically focuses on the concept of consumption and investment function. Consumption and investment function, it is having a correlation with respect to how an individual earns a certain amount of income and how it has been spent over a period of time, that is for a certain time duration. It can be identified for a particular individual, for a certain household, for a certain state, or for a certain country, or for the entire economy also. We have seen the definition of the key concepts of consumption, investment, savings, and determinants of all these three functions. We have seen what is meant by the direct consumption and what is meant by indirect or productive consumption. Business circular model with respect to household and business, how it has been correlated in both the perspectives. Then in my last lecture, we have understood why the consumption is important and why we can say that there are a lot many efforts that have been required for a consumption to be satisfied or to be fulfilled. So always, whenever a particular individual is always having either a want, need, or desire, which is backed by the purchasing power. Purchasing power means the income level that you are having, that is through which you can pay a certain sum of money. Always it leads to a certain satisfaction, and for these stages, there are various efforts that an individual has to take for. So demand induces supply and the supply goes on. So as and when there is a demand for a certain product into the economy, then accordingly the people keeps demanding that particular product, and accordingly the supply also is looked after by the various businesses or the industries or the particular sectors who keep on manufacturing those goods, services, and commodities. Consumption function. Now here in this particular diagram, we have seen what is the need of an individual for a specific time period. That is, it keeps on increasing, but based on the different priorities, based on different preferences, the consumer or the customer keeps on demanding the various goods, services as and when it is been required. The consumption function, how it has been correlated with the national income or the national consumption pattern, or which is of a macroeconomic perspectives, wherein we have seen the general consumption function is C is equal to F with respect to Y, that is the income. So substances of where A is now the formula for calculating the consumption function is C is equal to A plus B into Y, where A stands for subsistency or minimum level of consumption, B is marginal propensity to consume, and Y stands for income of an individual, wherein it can be either for an individual also, for an household also, or for the entire economy also, and C is the total consumption expenditure. Then what is the consideration of MPC, that is marginal propensity to consume and marginal propensity to save. So 1 minus MPC is equal to MPS. This diagram also we have completed, that is how the marginal propensity to consume or save increases. So consumption, that is in my example, in the earlier example, we have taken that the minimum 20,000 will be the marginal propensity to consume, and above that it may either increase or it may decrease as per the need requirement of an individual. Shift in the consumption curve, as we have seen the concept of demand and supply curve, that is it is either having increasing or decreasing or extension or contraction. In the same way, the consumption curve also have either a positive shift or a negative shift. So in this way or in this particular fashion, the consumption curve moves either in a positive direction or either a negative direction, wherein either if your consumption increases, then accordingly the curve moves to an upward position, or if the consumption decreases, then accordingly the curve moves to a downward position, that is in a negative shift. The 45-degree angle is a 45-degree angle that the curve that you are seeing for is the major consideration of the consumption curve, wherein and the basic essential requirements of an individual has to be satisfied, has to be fulfilled, and how you can calculate those perspectives. So here in this case, we have to see about whether the curve is whether the investment or the curve of a particular individual, income level of a particular individual, whether it is moving upwards or downwards, and how it is creating impact on both the factors. Now there are certain solved examples available for you, that is in as we have seen yesterday. So some examples are given. You can refer these particular points later. So we can calculate the consumption expenditure, represented as A plus B into Y minus T, wherein here T represents the taxes that have been subtracted from the income. Now here, when I was giving you a certain example, now I have quoted in my earlier lecture that there are certain amount of taxes that we are paying to the government, certain taxes which have been paid at the central level and certain taxes which have been paid at the state level. So in case of CGST, SGST, or IGST, what do we have? That is the goods and service tax into consideration. CGST always paid to the government of the state, that is for the respective state wherever you are purchased. IGST, which has been of a certain contribution which is paid by to both the component, that is a combination of CGST and IGST, CGST and SGST, and specifically CGST, which is only paid to the central government, and there is no contribution of the state government in terms of CGST. So taxes which is of the indirect nature. There are certain amount of taxes that is considering the direct tax income, that is of the income tax level. So here in this case, we can identify and we can see that the direct taxes are always paid to the central government, and accordingly they are the contributor for this particular consideration. In terms of an export and import, certain taxes of indirect nature, that is excise, customs are still into existence, and we still have to pay the import duty, export duty, and so on. So this particular duty is directly paid to the government, and it is always Y minus T. What stands for Y? Y is your income level, and whatever from your income level, whatever you are subtracting, whatever taxes that you are paying, always that value has to be deducted, that value has to be removed. So in this case, we have the consideration of C is equal to A plus B into Y minus T. So that was the perspective we were looking yesterday. So here we conclude the lecture of yesterday. Now coming towards back to the new position, that is the investment function. So what is the investment function? So what do you think? What is investment? From this diagram, what do you can correlate or what you can understand?
Savings.
Investment means we can invest money for a better return from any asset.
Providing the funds.
Providing the funds for what? What is the purpose? What is the motive?
Providing funds for some purpose, like for earning or for
Better return.
Returns. Okay, one of the
benefits.
Benefits, right? Define in a proper sentence the investment function, what you can identify by this diagram or the picture that has been shown.
Sir, for future security.
For future security. What will this plant give you?
Money.
I'm asking plants.
Benefits, sir.
When you plant a tree, what do you get?
Shelter.
Shelter, right? Again?
Oxygen.
Food, fruits.
Sir, fruits.
Shelter, fruits. Who said that? Fruits? Who gave the answer? Fruits?
So Darshana.
Darshana, very good. Again, shelter was said by Shilpa. Again, wood, right?
Yes, sir.
Oxygen,
very good.
Pressure.
Pressure, which pressure?
Fresh air.
Fresh air, okay. Who is this? Shweta. So in the same case or in the same concern, now when I say that investment is a certain perspective wherein what the person is doing, what an individual is doing, or what we as an economist or what we as an participants of the country, what we are doing, whenever we get now identify how the correlation goes ahead. Whenever I say that there is a consumption function into existence, and when consumption is followed with investment, what is the consideration that the chain that we have to follow is, first thing is the income level a particular individual is having. A particular person who is working, who is employed, or either who is conducting his business, he is getting a certain amount of income on a regular basis. When he has a certain source of income, what he is doing, he is trying to spend that particular sum of money. Now, your expenditure pattern comes into existence or your consumption pattern comes into existence. So always your income, which has been backed by demand, want, need, and desire, it follows with a certain consideration of your expenditure, wherein the expenditure factor is always taken into consideration when factors of production are being employed, and then there is a consumption into existence. That is, whenever you say that I want to spend a certain sum of money, at that stage, what do you need to do? You need to expend a certain sum of money. That is, you need to consume certain goods and services. Now, when we start consuming certain goods and services at a certain stage or at a certain point of time, what we have seen that the law of demand, what it was saying, the law of demand specifically said that the demand curve is always moving in a downward position. कि अगर कोई भी प्रोडक्ट की क्वांटिटी या कोई भी प्रोडक्ट की प्राइस बहुत ही नीचे गिर जाती है, so what is the tendency of a human being? We do not purchase that commodity, we stop purchasing that particular commodity, or we stop consuming that particular commodity. कि for example, अगर आपको लगता है कि for at any stage if a particular price, now अगर मैं कहता हूँ कि आपको एक पर्टिकुलर शुगर परचेज करना है और शुगर की प्राइस है फॉर एग्जांपल 35 or 40 rupees per kg. When this particular product is available for you, and if the product price reduces to rupees 30, if it reduces to rupees 25, it goes to rupees 20, if it goes to rupees 15, if it goes to rupees 10, what is the differentiation? The price is reducing, but at the same point of time, when the price is low, what happens? The quality of the product also goes down, it also degrades, and it also deteriorates. So what will be the customer will be doing? In order to get the sugar of the, for example, of rupees 30 to 40, and if the income level is also not substantially increasing, his quantity demanded will start decreasing. So here, if the price of the particular commodity or a certain product keeps decreasing, accordingly the quantity demanded also starts decreasing, and at a certain stage or at a certain point of time, as per the law of demand, the utility of that particular product comes to zero, and we stop purchasing or buying that commodity. Now, in a certain case, when we are consuming the certain commodity, what we are looking for? We are always looking for a future perspective or futuristic approach. That is, when I say that my total expenditure for a month is rupees 20,000, my salary is rupees 50,000, then what am I doing? I am having 30,000 rupees extra with me. So out of this 30,000 rupees of extra, what am I looking for? That in future, this particular money should grow. In future, this particular money should provide me a certain amount of returns. In future, this particular 30,000 should provide a certain benefit for me. So what are those particular benefits? Now, depending on different avenues of investment that is made applicable. That is, whenever you put in a certain sum of money, that is, now what is a certain sum of money that you are putting in? That is, you are planting a particular seed. Now here in this case, you can see that a particular person is planting a certain seed, and that particular seed is growing day by day. And after a point of time, a particular seedlings grow up, and that particular money goes into a huge tree or a particular whatever it has been developed. Now, when we say that the economy is growing, when we say that the individual income or the per capita income of an individual is growing, what we are trying to say? We are trying to say that the economy is flourishing, and accordingly, the tree is providing the fruits for you. And now, what are the fruits for that particular investment or whatever amount that you have invested? The particular fruits that you get is, now let's take an example. A particular individual having an income of rupees 50,000, out of which 20,000 he is expending and remaining 30,000 he is saving. Now, out of this particular 30,000, whatever amount he is saving, what are the various avenues that he is investing? For example, from this rupees 30,000, 10,000 goes for the life insurance policy, 10,000 goes for the mutual fund, and 10,000 goes for PPF. So it is again divided into three factors or three categories. Now identify how the investment function grows or how the money is providing or generating the returns for you. Now, first example, 10,000 I have invested in LIC, 10,000 in the mutual fund, and again 10,000 in PPF. Now, the rate of return for each and every product or each and every commodity or each and every component is completely different. LIC will be giving you a return at the rate of 15 years. Mutual fund can give you the rate of return at the rate of 3 years or at max 1 year. But PPF will give you a return at the rate of 7 years. सो इन दी सेम केस, जैसे एक प्लांट को बढ़ने के लिए समय लगता है, वैसे ही आपका इनकम, आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट, आपकी वैल्यू, आपका प्रोडक्ट, आपकी प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी बढ़ने के लिए भी समय लगता है. सो इन दी सेम केस, as the plant takes several years to grow from a small seedling to a big huge tree, in the same way your investment also needs a certain point of time. It depends on which plant or which investment you are doing for a particular. Now for example, a particular rose plant, now if you see a particular rose plant, it cannot grow above 5 feet or above 7 feet, or maximum of 5 feet it is affordable. If you see a certain plant which is of a fruits, that is for a mango tree can go for around 30 feet, 40 feet also. Or a certain plant which is having a very tall, for example, khajur ka jo plant hai, a certain type of fruit, it can go to a height of around 60 feet, 70 feet and 100 feet also. A particular bamboo plant, it can grow for 100 feet, 200 feet also. So which plant do you want to invest? Where do you want to invest? It depends on your time duration. That is, if you are investing in LIC, it takes 15 years. If you are investing in mutual fund, it takes 3 years. If you are investing in PPF, it takes 7 years or 15 years or 25 years also. So in this way, we have to take a proper decision about where the money has to be invested and when that particular plant will give you certain fruits. Now, one of the student gave a certain example that we should look for a certain consideration of fruits. Now, when I say that I am investing a certain sum of money, what am I doing? I am expecting कि अगर आप कोई भी पौधा लगाते हो, कोई भी plant लगाते हो, कोई भी पेड़ लगाते हो, why we are planting a particular plant or we are planting this particular tree in order to we want to get certain benefits. The one of the persons said that I want shelter. One of the persons said that I want oxygen. One of the persons said that I want fruits. So the need, want, desire of each and every individual is completely different. So if you are investing in mutual fund, then your return, then your income, then your expectations are very for a short period of time. That is 1 year or 3 years. So what you are looking for? You are looking for a short-term benefit. Now, फिर आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? At this stage, you want to plant a certain you need to plant a certain plant which is providing you only flowers. It will not give you fruits. But if you are expecting for a certain plant to give you fruits, then you need to have a longer term or longer duration. That is, you need to go for either PPF or either LIC or certain investment in stock, debentures, bonds, and or a debenture currency market, commodity markets, and so on. So in this way, your investment function differs from person to person, investment to investment, revenue to revenue, return to return. Now, understand a certain situation in your LIC. Now, for example, you have invested 10,000 rupees, and at the end of 15 years, it is providing you 1,50,000. So what happens? 100%, 200%, 500%, and so on. So what is the rate of return that has been provided for you? So the rate of return, that is, now for one of the persons said that I need a shelter. So what LIC will provide you? LIC will give you a certain shelter wherein today you are investing 10,000, at after 15 years or after 20 years, the LIC will be providing you 1,50,000 or 1 crore and so on. So what you are doing, you can identify your needs, you can identify your requirements, and accordingly, the investment decision can be undertaken by an individual about where and how the money has to be invested. So investment is an expenditure on capital goods made for the purpose of income regeneration. So here, this particular word makes a very important consideration or sense, that is regeneration. Always we have to look for a certain consideration wherein your investment must not only generate the revenue for you, must only not generate the capital amount for you, but it also must regenerate a certain point of time. Now, for example, take this example of now your lifespan. Today, my age is, for example, 30 years, and propensity, depending on the standard norms, terms and conditions, I may live for 60 years or 70 years. That is the standard rate of living of a particular people. Now, again, for the how much years I have around 30 to 40 years. And when my LIC policy is expiring, my LIC policy becomes due at the age of 45. So what can I do? At the age of 45 also, I can again reinvest at the age of, for example, if I've invested in mutual fund at the rate of 3 years or 1 year, after 3 years again, I can reinvest this money for PPF. After 7 years again, I can reinvest this money, and the money that the profit that I have generated, the revenue that I have generated, I can keep on regenerating the revenue for this particular consideration. But in case of LIC, this particular policy is not applicable. It is not possible. Why? Because my money gets locked in for 15 years. Up to 15 years, I cannot either withdraw or I cannot reinvest that particular money. But in case of mutual fund, after 3 years, I can get back that particular money. I can get back the revenue, and again, I can reinvest this particular sum of money that I have earned as a certain amount of profit. So here, always we have to look for a certain consideration wherein the amount of investment that you have made, it is generating the profits for you, and it is always a source of regeneration for you. In other words, an investment is the purchase of goods that is used for today, but it is used in future to create wealth or to create your income. So what we are doing, we are trying to create a certain position wherein you are trying to save a certain amount of money as on today, which will provide or give you returns at a certain future date. So always we are having a certain futuristic approach wherein we are planting a certain plant today, we are planting a certain seed today, which will provide you the rates, or which will provide you certain fruits, which will give you a certain shelter, which will give you oxygen, which will give you fresh air after 15 years, after 20 years, after 35 years, or at the age of your retirement, that is at the age of 60 or 70, whenever you will be retiring from your service. So here in this case, we have to identify where the amount has to be invested, how much the amount has to be invested, and how it will generate or create revenues or returns for you. So the building of a factory used to produce goods and investment makes by one. Going to college or university are both examples of investment in the economic sense. So a student who is going to college and investing a certain sum of money for rupees 1 lakh, that is for his academic fees or admission fees or tuition fees. Same is the same example. It can be correlated with a particular person who is trying to build a factory and trying to produce or manufacture the goods and services. Now take an example, that is your parents. Now what you have done, you have taken the education. Now how did you take the education? You went to the senior KG, then junior KG, senior KG, first standard, second standard, fifth standard, 10th standard, 12th standard, graduation, post graduation, and then you get employed to a certain organization. So what is the span? What is the duration? The duration is almost 20 years, 22 or 25 years for your education. And after 25 years, you are starting to get revenue. You are starting to get an amount of return for you. But in case of a certain factory building, now for example, you as a particular person or you as an individual, you establish a particular plant, or you start a certain factory, and accordingly your manufacturing process or activity starts immediately. So if your manufacturing process activity starts immediately, then what happens? You can start the manufacturing, you can start the production, you can get the revenue, you can sell the product to the market, and accordingly the profit can be generated for you very effectively, very easily. So it depends on period, it depends on how much amount of investment that you are looking for and what you are expecting. So a particular college going student or a particular student who has started education, his rate of return may be after 15 years, his rate of return may be after 20 years. But a particular person who is employed in a particular business, his rate of return may be either 1 day also, 1 month also, or it can be for 15 years also. So it depends on what amount or where you are investing your money, goods and services. Now there are major two types of investment. A particular first investment is called as an autonomous investment, and the second option is called as an induced investment. Excuse me. Hello. हाँ, लेक्चर चालू आहे आता, 1:15 विचारतो. So now looking with the two factors, that is autonomous and induced investment. So autonomous investment, what does it mean? Expenditure made that is independent of the economic growth. They are investments made for the benefit of the society and not for the goals of making profit. So there are मग दुसऱ्याला फॉरवर्ड करायला सांगा ना, मी कुठे टाकू, कोणाला सांगू? सांगितलं. लई त्रास देता तुम्ही. आता कोणाला सांगू? रोहितला सांगू का त्या HR ला सांगू? रोहितलेच काढून करतोय. काय नाव आहे त्याचं? एक स्टुडंट आहे NBN चा, त्याला टेस्टची लिंक नाही मिळाली आहे.
ओके सर, मी बघतो.
मला पाठव ना ते मेल.
ठीक आहे, मी तुम्हाला.
हा, कारण CPC ला शेअर नाही केलं, मग ते सगळ्यांना पाठवतील ना, असं होईल.
ओके ओके.
हा, लगेच टाकतोय तो. मला आला की तुम्हाला फॉरवर्ड करतो मी. हा. होल्ड ऑन फॉर 2 minutes. यांना माहिती असते जसं काय माझ्या लेक्चरच्या मध्येच गोंधळ घालायचा आहे. पाठवलंय तुम्हाला. त्यांच्याकडनं इंडिव्हिज्युअल मेल गेलेत सगळ्या स्टुडंट्सला. मग आता हा मेल तर सगळ्यांनाच पाठवून द्या परत, जाऊ दे. आणि ते डायरेक्ट स्टार्ट टेस्टचं ऑप्शन आहे. हा, आला का? दोन्हीकडे टाकलंय. ठीक आहे. हां. where were we? Autonomous investment. Expenditure made that is independent of economic growth. They are investments made for the good of the society and not for the goal of making profit. So certain type of investment, whether it is made by the government or certain type of investment which is made by an individual for not the self benefit or for the benefit of the society or the public at large, such type of investments are called as an autonomous investment. So you have a certain demand, you have a certain desire wherein you are looking for the benefit of the society or the public at large. That type of investment is called as an autonomous investment. Examples, now the government invests in infrastructure items such as roads, highways, other investment that keep the economic engine running. Such type of investments are called as an autonomous investment. So here in this case, we can see that what the state government or the central government they are doing, they are building various ports, they are building various roads, highways, dams, and so on, due to which the economy can or the people of the society can get benefited. Their life, their expectancy can be very fluently and in fact perfectly going on. And for this consideration, if any investment has been done, then such type of investment is called as an autonomous investment. Now here in this case, autonomous investment, that is in terms of billions of dollars. So how is the pattern? The pattern is always fixed at every stage or every point of time. Depending on your national income, it keeps on changing. What amount that has been required, always now what the government does or what the government is looking for these particular perspectives, always a certain specific budget is been set by the government for every year. Now, when you were studying a certain budget, what you have seen that Honorable Finance Minister Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman, she has made a certain provisions. Now, what was those particular provisions? Now, when you are making the analysis of budget, you must have observed that for a health sector, 1,000 crore has been kept. For education sector, 500 crores has been kept as reserve. For the pharmaceutical sector, 1,000 crores again. For the retail or rural sector or rural development, agriculture development, 5,000 crores has been kept. So in this way, what is this particular type of investment? Now government is investing or government is putting this certain sum of money in a certain venture or in a certain product or certain commodity, so that the people or the public at large can get benefited out of this particular consideration. Now in case of the health sector, what happened? The government has provided for 50,000 crores of a certain provision has been made. Now, why this provision has been made? Because the government was looking for providing free vaccination to the peoples in the country, and this particular cost will be allocated to that particular perspective or that particular location. So for this consideration, the investment which is for the health provision for the benefit of the society or the public at large to provide the good health conditions for the people, that such type of investment is called as an autonomous investments, wherein you need not to say anything for whether you have to do or whether you have to not to do, but you are doing it completely willingly for the people or the public at large. It is shown that autonomous investment curve, that is LA, is a horizontal straight line. For example, when national income of the India is 0 Y1, the autonomous investment is rupees 10 billion. If national income increases to 0 Y2, the autonomous investment remains to $10 million, and so on. So explanation of the diagram can be seen in this particular slide. Now, the second example, that is investment which is of an induced nature. So investment which changes with a change in the income level is called as an induced investment. So here in the early example, what we were looking for, such type of investment which you are doing voluntary, which you are doing compulsory for the benefit of the people or the public at large, that particular type of investment is autonomous. But in case of induced investment, you have a certain purpose, you have a certain motive, and what you are looking for a certain change in the income level. So if your income level increases, accordingly your investment will increase, accordingly your preferences, priority, choices will be increasing, and your rate of return will also increase. Induced investment is positively related to the income level, and this is a high level of income entrepreneurs are induced to invest more and vice versa. So as and when your income starts increasing, for example, today my salary is 50,000, tomorrow it becomes 60, then it becomes 70, then becomes 1 lakh, then becomes 2 lakh, then becomes 2 crore, and so on. So as and when my income level keeps on increasing, so accordingly what happens, my investments also starts increasing, my expenditure pattern, consumption pattern also starts increasing day by day. Now here let's look. So consumption expenditure increases. This leads to an increase in the investment of the capital goods in order to produce more of the consumer goods. So how there is a correlation between the capital goods and the consumer goods. So when my income level was rupees 50,000, what was I doing? I was staying in a particular flat that is 2 BHK, which is a rented flat. If my income level increases to rupees 1 lakh, then I can go to a particular location, I can find out a flat, and accordingly I can purchase 1 BHK. If my income level increases to rupees 10 lakhs, then accordingly I can search out for a flat which is 2 BHK. if my income level increases to rupees 50 lakhs or 1 crore or 2 crores or 5 crores, then I can look for a bungalow, then I can look for a villa, then I can look for a mansion, and so on. So accordingly, what happened, as the income level of a particular individual increases, so accordingly his investment also starts increasing. In the earlier example, what am I doing? I was having 30,000 rupees extra. I was investing 10,000 in LIC, 10,000 in mutual fund, and 10,000 in PPF. So what can I do? Now I can divide this particular sum of money if my income level increases. I can increase my LIC premium from rupees 10,000 to rupees 50,000. Mutual fund investments can go from rupees 10,000 to 25,000. PPF account may go from 10,000 to rupees 25,000 or 30,000, and so on. So accordingly, as and when the income level of a particular individual increases, so accordingly his investment in various factors, various avenues can also start increasing. After a point of time, now investment, these were the three options. I can invest in commodity market, I can invest in bullion market, I can invest in gold market, I can invest in real estate, I can invest in different sectors also. So here in this case, what we can look for, your demand or your consumption for the capital goods or the consumer goods always keeps on increasing. Now simultaneously, what is the consideration? Your family also keeps on expansioning. That is, earlier I was staying with my parents, that is my father, mother, and we, that is my three people. Again I get married, then there are four people, then I get my children, then again it becomes six, then again my children gets grown up, they get married, and accordingly our family keeps on expanding. So what happened, the demand or the requirement of the consumer goods also keeps on increasing. Earlier we were needing 1 kg of sugar, then we need 5 kg of sugar, then we need 10 kg of sugar, then we need 50 kg of sugars, and so on. So here in this case, the consumer goods demand also keeps on increasing as and when your investment increases, as and when your consumption also increases. So here in this case, as per the law of supply or the law of demand, which can be made applicable. So if your induced investment also keeps on increasing, it is having a direct correlation with respect to the national income. So the national, if the income of a particular individual increases, accordingly the induced investment of a particular individual also keeps on increasing as and when the income level increases. Explanation to the diagram, it shows that the investment curve is positively sloped. It indicates that a level of national income rises from 0 y1 to 0 y2, y1 to y2, and the level of induced investment also rises from 0 1 to 0 2, that is 1 1 1 and 1 2. You can see the increase. So if the income level increases, accordingly the investment also increases in the same fashion. Okay, any difficulty at this stage? Any questions would you like to ask? You can please unmute yourself and ask me. Anyone? We have seen consumption function, investment function, induced investment, and autonomous investment.
Sir, autonomous investment is compulsory for government?
It depends on priority of the government, on which sector they have to prioritize. It is not compulsory. There are certain sectors wherein it is mandatory, but there are certain type of sectors wherein there is no or zero investment that is being made by the government. Which priority that you are setting for, based on it you have to decide what amount has to be invested or what amount has to be put in. Can anyone give the example? Let's check what you have understood. Autonomous investment, priority by the government.
Sir, infrastructure.
No, what she has said, the question that she was raised, is it compulsory? So based on the compulsion, identify or imagine the Indian economy, US economy, European economy, and Chinese economy. What is the difference, major difference? Or let's say, take the example of nearest India and Pakistan. What is the difference in the change of autonomous investment? Have you observed somewhere? Yesterday also I have, in the month of January, I think, or February, I have shared an Economic Times. In that it was mentioned, if you have read it. Or you must have referred the budget also. And budget is also providing the last year and current year's comparison to you. Which is a compulsory or mandate autonomous investment by the government? Think. During the times of budget, whenever it is been declared, on what the major focus or thrust is been given? Which part of investment of the government? And what are the various countries or nations wherein this portion is always differing depending on the prioritize? No one? Bhagyashri? Who is there? Dada, Bhushan, Gopal?
Sir, now is government doing means
Ansi?
government is doing investment in COVID-19 for that
That is the need of
vaccine.
the hour for the current situation for only 1 or 2 years. But imagine the situation of last 50 years. Or
Sir,
compare.
food, shelter and
No, shelter is not important. Shelter is always individual. It is a part
sir,
of an
education.
individual. No.
Defense, sir. In
Very good.
defense, sir.
किसने बताया? Who is that?
It's Dada, sir.
Very good. Observe this scenario and make a comparison of the various government authorities, that is US economy, Chinese economy, Pakistan economy, Korean economy and Indian economy. The portion of budget expenditure on defense is always mandatory and it is very compulsory for every country to reserve at least 10 to 20% on defense. Why? Because if agar hamari borders surakshit hai, it is very kept in a feasible position, then we can look in a very perspective of a good identification. US economy, always they are having a major proportion. Chinese economy, their major budget expenditure goes on defense expenditure. But Indian economy, we cannot afford that particular consideration. In certain areas or in certain years, we have started to increase or identified the level of importance of the increasing in the defense budget perspectives. In the same case, I compare the budget expenditure of defense with respect to India and Pakistan. They have increased their budgeted expenditure on defense in terms of nuclear weapons. Identify the comparison. The last 10 years का comparison करो, पाकिस्तान के पास nuclear weapons कितने थे और इंडिया के पास nuclear weapons कितना है. Just make a simple comparison between South Korea and North Korea. Number of nuclear weapons that they are having. So how this has been changing. Defense expenditure by France, major exporter है in terms of defense. Germany, manufacturer of the fighter planes, France का है. Germany is in terms of arms and ammunitions. जो आपको different rifles, AK-47 वगैरह वगैरह जो सारा लगता है, it is always imported and these countries are the exporters in the world economy. Why they are exporters in the world economy? US economy. Why the defense strategies or defense level of the US is called as a foolproof? Because they invest a certain sum of money. It is autonomous. It is mandatory. The government is giving priority thrust for the specific sector oriented. That is, if the defense is very good, if the defense is very strong and having a many number of amount of available with them, then accordingly their budget expenditure will be high accordingly. इसका क्वेश्चन था ये, बाय द वे वो पर्सन तो बाजू में ही रह गया. Autonomous investment by the government. So it depends on your prioritize where the government wants to look for, in which sector they want to prioritize, and accordingly it keeps on changing. So but yes, it is mandatory for a government to make autonomous investments, but depending on what priority do they have. As said by Ms. Aarti, correct, it is very correct that currently in the current year what we have done, we have reduced our expenditure on all the sectors, all the perspectives with respect to either whether it is a defense budget or whether it is a research budget, that is R&D, DRDO and that particular ISRO. Certain organizations also we have to make a provision. Certain in terms of 2009 or 2010 till the year 2012, what we have done, we have paid a certain thrust on the food security bill, that is for the consumption of food for the people public at large. Furthermore, what we have done, or we have given thrust for the education sector also, that is new economic policy or new education policy. For education also we have separate budget. In terms of in the era of 2000, that is 1995 to 2000, we have a specific budget that has been specifically focused for IT sector. In terms of Rajiv Gandhi, what he has done, he has specifically focused the budget in terms of in the year 1980s, 85s, and so on. In the budget of Indira Gandhi, she has specifically focused on growth of rural economic population. So the focus of the government was switching from one place to another place, and accordingly the sectoral economic development was being looked for. So accordingly, they are the current economy now, for example, what we are looking for the Modi government, they are focusing on the rural India, they are focusing on the Make in India manufacturing sector, automobile sector, and so on. Whereas in a certain specific sector, that is the Roads and Development Authority, Nitin Gadkari, he is looking for a certain qualitative and preparing of the roads, dams, ports, authorities, and so on, that is across the country or across that particular nation. So in this way, what priority do we have? Accordingly, the government has to decide for, and accordingly, the allocation of the funds or resources has to be maintained. Now continuation with the example given by Ms. Aarti. Currently we have reduced our expenditure on all the factors. सब जगह पे हमने अपना investment which is part of an autonomous nature, it has been reduced, and we are completely focusing on only health sector. Why? Because we need to provide vaccination, free vaccination to the maximum number of people has to be given for. Why? Because India is still a developing economy, and for this consideration, the income level of a particular people is below the poverty line. They are living the below poverty line, and for the provision of the vaccination, for providing the food, for providing the security for in terms of health sector, we have to see that a proper provision is being made for the people. And hence for the current budget, Nirmala Sitharaman, Honorable Finance Minister, has made a proper provision for the budget in terms of an autonomous investment in health sector, wherein this particular amount will be directed to the vaccination manufacturing companies, and the support for the economic development will be undertaken. Very good question. Good discussion we had with this particular point. Okay, any difficulty or any other question?
Sir, in induces investment means our personal investment is coming there in this
Yes.
topic.
Induced investment is completely your personal. It is completely depending on your income level. So if the income level of a particular country keeps on increasing, if the income level of a particular individual keeps on increasing, so accordingly your proportion of your investment will keep on changing. As I will give you example of, for example, my salary. Earlier my salary was rupees 10. Then accordingly I will be saving, I will be investing a certain sum of money in according to rupees 10 only. If my salary becomes 1000, then accordingly as per the availability of rupees 1000, I will start investing, I will start spending a certain sum of money. If my salary goes to rupees 10,000, if my salary goes to rupees 1 lakh, 10 lakhs and so on, my priorities, my investment, my choices, my preferences will keep on changing. So it is directly linked with a certain consideration of your income level. But in case of an autonomous investment, you don't have an option. भले आपका खर्चा कितना भी हो, भले आपको पैसा कितना भी मिले, भले आपको इनकम कितना भी हो, you have to make a certain amount of investment which is of a mandatory, which is of a compulsory nature. So autonomous is compulsory, it is a mandate, whereas induced is completely optional. You can either spend entire 10,000 rupees, or either you can save either entire 10,000 rupees. It is no of the importance, completely optional.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Any other student? No. So the explanation we have taken. So example, the owner of a pizza chain decides to purchase a new rupees 10,000 pizza oven, paying it for rupees 10,000 out of the savings account of rupees 87th National Bank. This is an example of investment because the oven purchase will further generate income for the owner. Now here what this example, now here a particular pizza owner who wants to manufacture pizza, and he's having 10,000 rupees available with him. So what he can do, he can either purchase the pizza oven for rupees 10,000, or he can take an amount of loan also from the bank, or he can hire or he can take the particular pizza oven on a rent basis also. So there are different options available with you, and based on the different options or based on the different avenues that are made available for you, you can take your personal decision about what amount you have to invest or what amount you have to do for it. Now the graphical representation of autonomous investment and induced investment. So here in this case, what you can see, autonomous investment is always stable, it is always mandatory. That is, for example, if you say that I want to invest in terms of defense, I want to invest in terms of education, I want to invest in terms of health sector or automobile sector or power sector or food sector and so on, it remains stable for several number of years. That is for a certain sum of period point of time. But in case of an induced, it keeps on changing as per your income level, as and when it is changes. So as your income level increases, accordingly, you can change your induced investment. If you want to increase, you can increase. If you want to decrease, you can decrease as and when the need arises. Okay. That's all for today's lecture. Thank you so much everyone for joining. Tomorrow we'll start with the concept of savings. We have done with the investments. Then after savings, you have some, okay, then we have theories. Thank you so much everyone for joining. Good day. Dropping the link of attendance in the chat box. Students to please mark their attendances. Acha, Rishikesh have posted. Thank you.